G'day everyone, Connor here from CW's Tech Reviews, back with another video, and today we're having a look at the top 4 video editing apps for the Android world. Now before we get into the video, don't forget hit the subscribe button and the like button, much appreciated. Now the first application I'm going to talk about was Adobe Premier Clip. Now unfortunately for all you Adobe fans that use Adobe for your video editing on your PC, the experience is not the same when it comes to the mobile application in the Android world. Now it worked. I could edit my videos, I could add in some transitions, I could add in a little bit of a title page, but the background was either black or white. I couldn't get a transparent background. Adobe Premier Clip was fiddly and it wasn't easy to follow. It wasn't like you could open it up and just see, oh, this is where this goes, this is where that goes. You really did have to look in and search around and try and find what you were looking for. And a lot of the time it wasn't even there. So it was quite challenging. And right from the get-go with Adobe Premier Clip, I had to sign in. And I was just like, no, why have I got to sign in to a mobile application? I just want to use it. I just want to download it and use it. I signed in and it wouldn't let me sign in. So I had to change my password. It took me a good 15 minutes just to be able to get to use it. Now once I logged in, things went a bit smoother, but it still wasn't my #1 app for video editing on Android, and I didn't even get to the exporting stage. I was just like, you know what, this is just too difficult, too finicky. I'm going to move on to the next app. The second application that I looked at was called FilmoraGo. A lot of you would be familiar with Filmora, and this application was not bad. Straight away, a step up from Adobe Premier Clip, with no real problems like Adobe. It wasn't that fiddly. You did have to dig in a little bit into the settings to be able to find what you were looking for, but once you got in there, you could quite easily find what you needed, and you could edit your video clips, you could cut them, you could add overlays and title pages and all that sort of thing. The layout wasn't quite as cool as say Powerdirector or KindMaster. So with FilmoraGo, there was no sign-in required. It was nice and easy. Like I said, a little bit you had to dig into the application, but it wasn't that finicky, and it was fairly self-explanatory once you got in there and had a look around. Again, I didn't get through to the exporting stage of FilmoraGo purely because I didn't feel like it was a full-blown video editing application. The next two are. And the next one on my list was Powerdirector video editing app for Android. Now this really was a nice and easy application to follow, and straight away I was happy with it. Now a little bit of a bias here because I do use Powerdirector on my PC, so I was familiar with the layout right from the get-go, and it was nice and easy to see. So you have your screen on one side, you have your tracks down the bottom, so you can see what you got going on, your video track, your audio track, your title track, your voiceover track. It was all there nice and easy to see, and then in the top right hand side you got your little buttons there for editing stuff. So for me it was nice and familiar. I was really happy to see that it was very similar to the PC application. Again, it was quite easy to follow. Straight away you could see where your transitions and voiceovers and all that jazz needed to go, your title pages and other types of overlays. It was really simple. You could just see it. You didn't have to dig into the application. There was the information you needed, and you just got on with it. So I did end up actually exporting a video of 1080p quality. It wouldn't let me do 4K without paying for the paid version of the application, and that's one of the things I was not going to do, was pay for an application to do this. So I got the 1080p export. And look, I only did that because I just wanted to see how fast it was. Now, my next application was the best application for video editing on Android. Now don't forget, I'm using the Galaxy S8 Plus Exynos variant for this, so one of the most powerful phones you can get. These apps might not work on your mid-range phones, but they definitely worked well on the S8 Plus. And my #1 application for video editing on Android was KindMaster. Now this thing was unbelievable. Everything I needed was there straight away. There was no guessing. All the applications and the little buttons for editing were there. It was self-explanatory. Gave me easy options for for trimming my clip. So it would say, you'd mark your clip and it would tell you trim to the left or trim to the right, and it just did it for you. It was nice and simple. You could put 2 markers in and cut the part out in the middle, and it just explained it all visually. I didn't have to read anything. I didn't have to click in and go into settings and see what it was about. It told me what it was going to do. I clicked the buttons and it did it. It was fantastic. So KindMaster, it's simple, it's intuitive. You don't have to dig around within the settings. You can add videos, music, voiceovers, photos, transitions, overlays, the list goes on. And again, it's simple. You just see what you want to add and you add it. The only issue I had with KindMaster was the watermark. And the only way to get rid of the watermark was to pay for the paid version of the application. So like I said, the video that I produced is going to be linked here. You're going to see the watermark for KindMaster on that video, but you can see that it was exported in 4K. It looks great. The only bad thing about this video is my skill level that let it down. However, you can definitely see that everything that needed to be done was done. Some of it was a bit rough, but that's due to me, not the application. So, a bit of a question for everyone. I mean, I completely filmed and edited and did everything for this this iPhone 1 year on review on the Galaxy S8 Plus. Are these phones taking over our PCs? I think they might be. If I can do all that on a phone and get a fairly good quality video, then I think you know, the world of the PC might be coming to an end. A phone is all you need. You can film and edit and produce and upload to YouTube all from within your phone. And to do that, I would suggest using KindMaster. I think it's a great application. It definitely takes the cake for me. These applications were all 4-star applications out of the Play Store, and KindMaster for the win, definitely. So that's it. That's my video on the 4 top video editing applications for Android. Download KindMaster, get amongst it, hit the like button and a subscribe button, and I'll catch you in the next one. Check ya.